A canal is a waterway or engineered channel built for drainage management or for conveying water transport vehicles. Out of this, the Panama Canal is one of the most impressive engineering feats in the world. It is a 50-mile-long waterway that connects the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, allowing ships to bypass the treacherous waters of Cape Horn at the southern tip of South America. The canal was completed in 1914 and has been a vital transportation route ever since. The history of the Panama Canal dates back to the 16th century when Spanish explorers first considered the idea of a canal across the Isthmus of Panama. However, it wasn't until the late 19th century that the idea gained traction. A French diplomat, Ferdinand de Lesseps, who had built the Suez Canal in 1869, presented a project to build the Panama Canal. On May 18, 1878, the Frenchman signed the Sulger-Weiss contract. A year later, on May 28, 1879, after rejecting the proposition of building an unleveled canal in Panama, he decided to build the canal uniting Lemon Bay and Panama Bay. On February 14, 1880, de Lesseps had a final report that said that the building of the canal was going to take 8 years. This became a mayhem since the original engineer that Lesseps hired forfeited the project. In January 1888, the Frenchman gave it a second thought to build an unleveled canal, but they ran out of money. In 1889, they finally stopped trying to build the Panama Canal. In 1904, the United States took over the project from the French and completed the canal in 1914. The destruction of a U.S. boat inspired America in the construction of Panama Canal. On February 15, 1898, someone destroyed the U.S. ship Maine, a warship, off the coast of Cuba. The U.S. ship Oregon and another ship, which was on the coast of San Francisco, had to embark on a 67-day journey to arrive at Cabo de Hornos and make its way back up north all the way to Cuba. This is an interesting fact about the Panama Canal because it inspired Theodore Roosevelt to insist further on the idea of the Panama Canal. Because the U.S. ship Oregon trip would have taken 3 weeks through the Panama Canal and not 67 days. In 1902, the American government bought the Panama Canal from the French for $40 million United States dollars and held its rights, and the 16 kilometers surrounding the area were up until December 31, 1999. One of the most unique and unknown things about the Panama Canal is the fact that it is not a straight line. The canal actually zigzags its way across the Isthmus of Panama, following the natural contours of the land. This was done to minimize the amount of excavation required and to make the canal more stable. Another interesting fact about the Panama Canal is that it is not a sea-level canal. The canal actually has locks that raise and lower the ships as they pass through. The locks are massive concrete structures that use water to lift ships up to the level of the canal and then lower them back down to the level of the ocean. Interestingly, the Panama Canal actually affects 6% of the world's commerce. 90% of the world's commerce happens by sea, and out of this, 6% of it passes through the Panama Canal. The Panama Canal Authority is getting more than $2.5 billion United States dollars. If 40% of Panama's GDP is due to the canal, it is no surprise that many ships cross the Panama Canal. Between 35 and 40 ships cross the Panama Canal every day. It takes each ship between 8 to 10 hours to reach either ocean from the other end. One of the saddest facts about the building of the Panama Canal is that almost 25,000 people died trying to build it. Around 22,000 workers died during the French projects because of Panama's hot weather and heavy rainfalls. Malaria and yellow fever were the protagonists taking the Antillean workers' lives. Probably, though, there were many more because the French only counted the deaths that occurred in the hospital. In the 9 years from 1903 to 1914, it took the US government to build the Panama Canal. 5,600 people, 650 of them, Americans, died because of diseases and accidents. The Panama Canal is also home to a diverse array of wildlife, including crocodiles, monkeys, and jaguars. The canal is surrounded by lush rainforest, which provides a habitat for these animals. In conclusion, the Panama Canal is a remarkable engineering achievement that has played a vital role in global transportation for over a century. Its unique design and history make it a fascinating subject for anyone interested in engineering, history, or wildlife. And that for today's video. If you guys gained any information about the most marvelous man-made canal, then make sure to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to like, share, and comment your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching. Stay curious.